That was just screaming. I like that. So Adam, continue.
Well, after listening to Ryan talk about Shakespeare and all that physical love and how Romeo was so like attracted to her, I feel that Shakespeare uses love in physical attraction, right? And you know, take the opposite side of the coin. When you say they love bands like Coldplay and Snow Patrol, definitely aren't into for the music because it sucks.
Yeah.
Amen.
So what are they attracted to?
I think they're attracted to bands because of what they represent. It's not so much about their lyrics, but what they have to offer. Many women don't have access to that whole, yes, 100% complete, genuine love.
That's a good point. That's great answer. How about you, Chris?
Well, guys, you don't have to be in. Love for me is captured in two movies: Phantom of the Opera and The Notebook.
Ah, The Notebook!
Hey, I know what you're thinking. Chick flick, not real. Bear with me. All right. Despite the grand and improbable storylines, the men in these movies portray what a man is supposed to be to a woman. They pursue and fight for a woman's heart. They are men who make the women feel beautiful, full of worth, and worth sacrificing for. They dedicate themselves, they sing to, they celebrate, they protect everything that she is. And it's not just a passionate emotion they have. It goes deeper than that. They decide to commit to it. They say, anywhere you go, let me go too. They say to themselves, no matter what, I will love her. Take a road from Phantom of the Opera. He's a financially successful guy, far from ugly, he could have any pick of woman. He's captivated by a young woman from his childhood, and decides to pursue her. And all I ask of you, he tells Christine that he'll be with her every step of the way. He will be her guardian.
Forget these wide-eyed fears. I'm here, nothing can harm you. My words will warm and calm you. Let me be your freedom. Let daylight dry your tears. I'm here with you, beside you, to guard you and to guide you.
Discovers that the spirit she's haunted by is in fact real, and he fights to free Christine from his influence and from his possessive nature. The movie comes to a climax as Raoul pursues a kidnapped Christine down to the Phantom's lair. In that action, he held up his promise. Anywhere you go, let me go too. It's the relational promise that every man needs to make her own. Now, about The Notebook. Alright, it's a little more down to earth. No phantoms, no singing. Just a man and a woman. You guys probably haven't seen so many meetings. It's a love story about a guy and a girl, Noah and Allie, who started dating, fall in love, but are forced to separate. So, it's your typical chick flick. They reunite under the banner of friendship, realize that they never stop loving each other. Now, it's the perfect ending to a love story. However, it continues. You find out as they've grown older, Allie develops Alzheimer's and can't remember Noah. Despite that, still comes to her every day to read to her from his notebook. The one he wrote her love story down in. The one portrayed in the movie. Cute, romantic, I know. But at its core, the notebook is a story about a man who says, I will love this woman because I promised I would. I will love her despite the fact I will not be shown that love in return. That is the most mature expression of love between a man and a woman that I have ever seen.
Oh God, Chris, hold me.
Thanks, Chris. That was really good. We talked about all these different kinds of loves. Love what it is in pop culture, love what it is in books and Shakespeare and movies and music. We even talked what the Bible says about love. I heard this really great interpretation by a guy named Rob Bell. He's the one who did the Newman series. He did this amazing exegesis of the Song of Solomon. And I think I have the notes here somewhere. So, Rob Bell actually goes into the Hebrew of the Song of Songs, and he tells us that there are three different words that the Israelites used for love, that we just interpret as love in our English Bibles. The first one is raya. This only occurs in the Song of Songs. It's translated as friend or companion. It's also translated as soulmate in some versions. And the passage is 1:9. It reads, I compare you, my love, my raya, to a mare among Pharaoh's chariots. I think this can be used when we talk about some of our friends, even the lounge, some of our close girlfriends. We can say that we love them, we raya them. Like my friend Laura, who I grew up with, I have a very deep raya for her. We grew up together, we spent so much time together, we walked to school together. I raya her. Raya. The second kind that Rob talks about is do. This is a little more sexual one. This one's literally translated as to carouse, to rock, or to fondle. Dote is the first form of love used in Song of Songs. The woman says, let him kiss me with the kisses of his mouth, for your dote is better than wine. That it is. The love that Ryan talked about in Romeo and Juliet, I think kind of resembles that doe love. Romeo becomes infatuated with Juliet because of her appearance. He hasn't even seen her before, and yet he hasn't even met her before, and yet when he saw her, the sun came out, and stars became her eyes, and birds sang, and all he wanted to do was become her glove, just so that he could touch her cheek. I think that's kind of like dote. The third form of love talked about is ahava. This is a deep affection. It's a deep desire to be with someone so much that your heart is. It's that love of the will, making the decision to join your life to that of another. And this follows when she talks about dote. She says, your anointing oils are fragrant. Your name is oil poured out. Therefore, virgins love you. Virgins ahavah you. Or it can also mean young women. It doesn't have to be. And I think this is the kind of love that Chris is talking about in The Notebook. So in this movie, the main character, he loves his wife. He tells her the story every single day. He's committed to her, even though she has Alzheimer's and can't even remember him. She can never be able to return the affection and love that he has for her and shows for her. Even in the face of that inability to reciprocate love, he still does it every single day he wakes up and tells her the story. Each of these forms of love is like a flame. One flame cannot ever burn as hot as the three of them together. A one-night stand, for example, is an attempt to make the dote flame burn as hot as the three flames together. The dote flame, the raya flame, and the ahava flame were meant to burn together. The love between a man and a woman in the Song of Songs is full, complete. When we enter into a marital covenant between God, ourselves, and our future wife, then our love should reflect the unity of these two things. Well, I think we're out of time. Guys, can we pray together? And actually, can we all pray together? Like for Liam.